Okay, so if you so the kit price would be 60. Okay, if we went to sell this, if I change that £60 to £50, what it would do is it would put £25 against that item and £25 against that item when you actually look at it in the actual order itself. It's just so you can reallocate the sales values. Okay, so that's a kit item, effectively. I think it might be worth just coming out of there and going into customer, even though I've shown this in the customer demo. Yeah, let's just do a quick order, okay, to this particular customer and pick on those items. Okay, so let's do, I don't know, kit. Let's pick on that kit I just did. That's the one I did, even though the other example there's better, but never mind. So you can see that there's the items. Okay, actually that's the one I actually made up earlier. Okay, so I'm just going to say okay. And I'm going to pick on that other one, which is that one. So you know I'm not cheating. Okay, so it's a kit price. It's in at 60. Okay, so you can see that that's less 20. So if I picked on that one, it would change the overall price down to 40. So if I added £10 to it, it'd go back to 50, including the price. So you can see that I say what motherboard, what RAM. You know, you can configure it. And when I say OK, it'll drop that item in, and you can actually see the components that make it up. So a kit price is on the invoice. It will have one of example kit £50. If I did individual price, yeah, rather than kit price, then it would show the individual items that make up the kit, one at 20, one at 30. So you can see how it redistributed the £50 across the actual items. Okay, so let's look at a matrix item. Matrix. Okay, there's that example T-shirt I did. Okay, so by picking that, what happens is it pops up a matrix. Yeah, so everything in red is out of stock. It's just warning me that it's out of stock. I can still take an order for it. Yeah, so if I say right, they want 10 large blue. Okay, and they want 10 red medium. Okay, I can put a sales price in there because I obviously didn't type any sales prices in either, so I'll put them in at £1 each. Okay, so what you can see now is that it's popped in those T-shirts for me that I picked. Okay. Okay, let's go back to inventory, and we'll just create one more item, which is an assembly item, just so you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to call this example assembly. Okay, if I could spell assembly item. Okay, and usual sort of stuff, but the only difference is with this one is you've got to pick the components. So I'm going to say it's one of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, whatever. Okay, so there's the items. I'm going to say it's 10 of those. It's 20 of those, and the rest can be ones. And I'm going to put some instructions in here. So it says, screw this to that, etc. Yeah? All right, so say next. What do I want to use? It's automatically calculated an average cost based on the average cost of all the components, and the standard cost, and the last cost. Okay, so I say next, next, finish. Then it'll bring up this actual assembly item. And you can see you've got an assembly tab now with the actual quantities in. So you can see the average cost is £10 of that item. So 10 times the quantity needed, 10 times £10 is 100. The standard cost of that is the same, so you can see it's all multiplied out for you. Okay. Right. Warehouse. I'm not going to create a new warehouse. We'll go and have a look at an existing warehouse. Okay, so I've got 2 set up. Okay, so if I go to the main warehouse, you can decide, obviously, you can have, well, in the standard version, you can have 2 warehouses. In the advanced version, you can have as many warehouses as you like. Obviously, you can call them whatever you like. It's got a 30-character code and obviously a massive notepad description. You can have got addresses, custom fields, recent history going through that warehouse. You can have contacts at that warehouse, notes, activities, and emails. The main thing is obviously the locations. In standard, the locations are fixed to 9 types of locations, 9 bins effectively. But in the advanced version, you can have as many bins as you like. Yeah, and you can also have a bin generation routine. Okay, so we've got a normal bin type. Okay, now these are, for example, if you did drop ship, you sold a drop ship item, it doesn't go into normal stock and out of normal stock. It goes into the drop. If you do a goods received, it goes into the drop ship bin. Yeah, and when you actually invoice it, it goes out the drop ship bin. The reason is so it doesn't affect your normal selling stock. 'Cause if you think you've got 10 in stock that you can sell, yeah, what you don't want is if you've done a GRN for a drop ship item for one, let's say, the stock's showing as 11. So effectively, anything that's not in a normal location is looked at from a kind of warehouse point of view as in the other location. Okay. Um, Same with returns to suppliers. Let's say you do a return to a supplier. That takes stock out, yeah, and it puts it into a particular location, so you know that the stock is still yours, but you've sent it to a supplier. Okay, and stuff that you might have moved from your normal locations to defective or repair, you don't want to be selling that stock because there might be something wrong with it. Okay, but obviously it is part of your stock and it is part of your stock valuation. So look at my stock totals for this warehouse. I can see for all these items, yeah, that I've got 31 in stock. I've got 1,200 committed. I've got negative stock, okay, because obviously I've got, in this system, ignore stock levels turned on. I could see if there's any on back order. I can see if there's any on purchase order. I can see if there's any in transit from other warehouses and potential stock. And I can see anything that the other locations, the ones that I don't sell from. So I can see location 4, I've got 5 in there, okay, defective. But if I look at in stock, where are they? Yeah, effectively, the 100 are in the normal. 14 committed to sales orders. Well, which sales orders are they? And when are they due? Okay. And I can also see in setup for each item, I can see what's the usual reorder point, when do I want to stock take them? Every 10 days, not bothered. And in the advanced, you've got a preferred pick location, a preferred put away location. So when you're doing goods in, it'll default to that location. If you're picking them on a picky note, your default location to pick those particular goods. Okay, so that's warehouse setup. So let's go into an item I've already got. Let's say this one here. And let's look at the item ledger, which we didn't have any information on last time. So I can see here that an invoice takes an item, takes one out, yeah, and it tells me who I actually sold it to. So let's kind of have a look and see all dates. This month. Okay, so I can see that I've got a GRN here, okay, for 5, and they've all been sold effectively because there's none left in stock. And there I can see that the confirmed cost was £10. So the unconfirmed cost was £10 and the confirmed cost was £10. And that was from that Abrexis company. If I double click on the GRN, it actually takes me to the GRN that it was part of. And if I double click on there, it'll actually give me the bill information that relates to that GRN as well. Okay. So let's come out of there. And stock adjustments are just for kind of adjusting stock in and out. I'll show you a very quick one. So this is in, it could be out. Let's pick on one of those. So we're going to adjust some into stock. What, the main warehouse, which location, how many. Okay, so it's saying that I've got 31 in stock. Yeah, so I'm saying that I found 10 under a particular shelf or whatever. So I'm putting 10 into stock. So now after this, I'll have 41. I could do more items if I want to. If I just save that, it's done it. Yeah, and it will also create a journal to say, obviously, we've upped the inventory control account.